Well, with me now, the AFC Wimbledon manager, Johnnie Jackson. Johnny, we're over here at Elmbridge today because of the weather conditions. Great facility, probably one of those things that you want on your wish list though, yeah?
Yeah, it'd be nice if it was at the training ground so we could just hop on it there as and when we need it. But yeah, it's a great facility down here. Obviously, in these times when the weather's been a bit dodgy, a couple of weeks back we had to use it a fair bit, and been good enough to help us out this week to get some good sessions in. So if we didn't have this at our disposal, we wouldn't have got any good work in this week. So it's important that we've got out there, got some work in where we can, and then we get on the road now down to Newport.
Of course, Newport County as well, as you say. The last time we met, a few talking points after that game, some resolved, some that weren't. What kind of game are we anticipating on this occasion?
More of the same. I think it was a really competitive game. I don't think there was any sort of malice really in the game, but I just thought the referee on the day lost complete control of it and made some poor decisions. Obviously, the red card that ended up getting rescinded. He gave them a really generous penalty, shall we say, and then I think we had one the other end that was stonewalled that didn't get given. So yeah, he had a bad one, but it was a closely fought game, and having got ourselves in the lead, felt a little bit hard done by that day because obviously the red card got rescinded. So acknowledgement that he made a mistake there. We played sort of 25 minutes with 10 men, and they got a really soft penalty that helped them get a draw. So we like to think that we'd have seen that game out if it had gone another way and the referee hadn't played his part. But it is what it is. We know we're in for a tough game down there. They're a good side that can hurt you, and closely matched really on the basis of that first game. But I felt like we was edging it, and obviously we'll go down there and we'll take the game to them. We'll be going down there with a mindset that we want to go and win, knowing that we're up against a decent team.
10 clean sheets for Nick Zanev now this season, 6 away from home. That's really good form, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean defensively we've looked really solid. Really solid. We haven't conceded many goals in the run that we've been on, and obviously that's reflected in not losing many games. I think 1 in 13 now in the league, but obviously we haven't scored a load of late. So it's finding that balance really, trying to be solid as we can, and great that Tans has got those clean sheets racking up now, because that's always going to give you a chance in games. But we need to be better in the opposition half and finding them openings and turning the superiority that we've had in a lot of games again in the last game against Bradford, sort of knocking on the door, pushing, but that little creative spark, that little bit of magic in the final third, that little bit of quality when you need it, just been missing in the last few games. So that's really been a focus this week of how we can affect the opposition more in that final third, put the finishing touches on a lot of the good work that we're doing up to that point.
What sort of shape are we in for this one?
What sort of shape am I playing, or what sort of shape are we in? I won't go and tell you the shape we're playing, but
team news.
Yeah, no, we've got full bill of health going into it. The guys that everyone's trained this week. We've had to modify a couple just because of the surface that we've been on, and certain lads find it tougher to train on the 4G. But everyone's got enough training in them, and got sort of a clean build to choose from.
How are things coming along in terms of enhancing the squad off the pitch?
Yeah, lots going on behind the scenes. Lots of conversations with clubs and agents, and as you can imagine, it's a busy time, and we still have our eye on a couple that we want to do and bring in just to strengthen the squad. Obviously, we've had some outgoings, haven't we? That important players up to this point of the season that are no longer with us. So we feel like they need replacing, and obviously I wanted to add a couple anyway to that. So we're working on it. We're working hard. Obviously, our focus has to be on the task at hand, which is going down to Newport and trying to win the game. But I'm sure my phone will be going on the way down there. My phone will be going tonight when we're down there, and I'll be touching base with Jamie and Craig, and we'll be using the weekend to try and have some things in place for the start of the week if we can.
Of course, just to touch upon as well a couple of other things. FA Youth Cup game called off, which was a little bit disappointing, of course, but great to see a few of the under-15s, 16s involved in the London Senior Cup, really sort of putting them in against senior players. That was really good.
Yeah, I think that's great exposure for him in those types of games. Obviously disappointing that we didn't get the win, but as far as a learning curve and experience for those boys, really good. It did allow a couple of the seniors to get some game time, which was at their request. Which shows the attitude of the group. There was boys, Paul Ross, who wanted to go down there get a game. Isaac Windeer, and some of the lone boys as well, whose games got called off. So. It was a decent game for us. Obviously, didn't go our way as far as a result, but great for those young boys to get experience against senior opposition. Yeah, disappointed about the Youth Cup on Thursday. Yeah, was looking forward to getting down there and watching the young boys, and enjoyed the games so far. I think they've done absolutely brilliant in the cup. Obviously, Leeds coming to town, big side. We was really looking forward to that game. So disappointed, got called off. I spoke to the guys down there. The pitch was too dangerous to play on. So obviously the right call, and I think we get rescheduled for next week. So we'll look forward to it then.
Just finally as well, Johnny, the sad passing of our kit man, Jeff Edwards, this week. It was really sad.
Yeah, I mean, really sad news for everyone. I know, obviously, I got to know Jeff in the short time that I've been here before he fell ill. He was, he's with us a lot, and great guy. Had time for everyone. Everyone loved him, and I know some of the boys were really close. So they took the news really hard at the start of the week, and obviously our condolences go out to his friends and his family. And I know as a club we'll be paying our respects and our tributes in the best way possible in the coming days and weeks. So really sad loss for everyone at the club.
Thanks very much indeed for your time, Johnny.
Cheers.